Welcome back to the Morning Blend. It's often called one of the greatest American plays ever written. But did you know Our Town was written by a Wisconsin native?
Thornton Wilder's Pulitzer Prize winning drama highlights the powerful bonds that hold communities together and encourages everyone to live life to the fullest. Joining us now are just two of the members of a very large and talented ensemble of Wisconsin's theater talent. We've got Laura Gordon, who plays the role of stage manager, and DeMonte Henning, who plays George Gibbs. Welcome to the Morning Blend, both of you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you both.
This is exciting. So you're a little bit of a newer face to the Rep, this being your second show, but yet for you, Laura, this is what, your 85th show?
Yeah, who's counting, right?
So people are going to be like, I remember her in, you know. So tell us a little bit about this show in general, Our Town. What drew you both to this script?
Well, it's interesting. You know, Our Town was written in 1938, and it's, on the surface, it seems like a really, really simple, small story. It's about a town, about a boy who falls in love with the girl next door and gets married, and, you know, we span, you know, about 12 years of time. But it was a revolutionary thing at the time when it was written, this role of the stage manager who kind of guides the story and connects with the audience and kind of points out, like, are you paying attention to this? That this, so
you getting this part?
You're getting this part, and so while we look at something that's really small and simple, it's also huge and profound and goes through time and space, you know?
That's cool. And you know, you mentioned that it might seem very simple or basic even, because as I understand it, it's minimal set, no props, but the message is profound, and it's a Pulitzer Prize winning play.
Exactly. And the thing that we're doing with this production, which is really exciting, it's a cast of 31, which doesn't happen very often where we get to be in big plays anymore. And half of the cast are actors of color and half of the cast are women. And I think traditionally when it was first written, it was more of a, you know, my role was played by a man, your role was probably played by a young white man. And so it's Our Town for our town to try to reflect the community that we actually live in.
I love that. What about your character? Tell us a little bit about who George is.
Well, George is a young man. We see him start off at about 16, and then we see him progress throughout time. It starts off in 1901, so he's about 16.
Do you play him as 16
Absolutely.
too?
I play him from 16 to about 28 years old. And so it's a story that, you know, it's a timeline. You see things happen throughout the play. And I think that's why this play has lasted, you know, throughout so many years, because it's universal truths. Everyone can relate to it. You know, it's a play about everyday life and how this community pulls together through tragedy as well. And I think that, you know, that's something we all can relate to. And I think that's why it's an American classic.
Yeah. And is it true you were an intern with the Rep a few
Absolutely.
years back?
2 years ago.
What's it like now to be on stage with the people that you previously worked with as an intern?
I am so grateful to share the stage with Laura Gordon and everyone else, Jim Pickering, Chike Johnson, you know, Raina Roman. You know, it's a treat to come back here, especially being from Milwaukee, and I grew up seeing shows all the time. I went to Milwaukee High School of the Arts seeing shows, and to be a part of this show in Our Town for our town, it's a real treat, and I'm very grateful to be here.
Yeah.
So.
Why do you guys think everybody can relate to this show, you know, even though it is so old?
Well, I think that I get to say some of the best lines that I've ever been able to say.
You speak directly to the audience?
I speak directly to the audience, and it's these sort of universal truths that make us, you know, remember why we're human beings. You know, that we're all.
Do you have one that you love?
I've got a bunch, but just like little things like you know what it's like. You're 21 or 22, and you make some decisions, and then whoosh, you're 70, and you've been a lawyer for 50 years, and that white-haired lady at your side has eaten over 50,000 meals with you. You know,
that's cool.
How do such things begin? And it's what the play is trying to say is that we need to pay attention to the moment that we're in.
Yeah.
Because life is short and precious.
I like that. I think that is really neat. A lot of people maybe saw the play in high school,
Probably, yeah.
high school productions, but it's something I would think very different to see truly adults doing this in a professional theater.
Yes, and I think even if you've seen this play before, hearing DeMonte say the words of George is maybe different than what you've seen before.
Yeah.
Or maybe hearing those stage managers' lines out of the mouth of a woman is maybe different.
Is this the first time you've seen it done with mixed ethnicities and genders?
At least for me, I have, which I think is great. And I think that's why it's, because there's no, Thornton Wilder doesn't allude to that at all in the script. You know, he doesn't allude to race or any type of gender. It's you know, it's universal. It can be played with anyone, and I think that's what makes this play so great.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, so you guys have been in rehearsal. Opening night is next week.
Yeah.
Right? And it's
Are you ready?
Gotta go practice, right? But it's only playing through, and this is wrapping up the season,
right.
Which is exciting, so people can catch it only through May 13th. You open April 10th next week. It's at the Quadracci Powerhouse. MilwaukeeRep.com is the website to visit. For tickets, call 414-224-9490. The ticket office is on East Wells if you'd like to pick them up in person. It's our town. It's fantastic.
Come see this one.
Yeah,
right, welcome.
Sounds excellent. Thank you both so much for being here.
Good luck.
We appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.